Everyone likes you being in there. Give me some parts.
You don't deserve any parts.
Get me.
No. Really?
Have you broke anything yet today?
No, I need parts for this.
Okay. I'll make sure there's some.
You're basically a glorified looby right now.
Need oil change and a valve beater.
A what?
A valve beater.
You're. I will take a in your toolbox.
Why?
Even like me, now I'm staring in the mirror.
So everyone keeps asking how this project is going, the carbon fiber VIS hood for Celica there. You can see still a lot of work to do, but it's just kind of dusty. If I spray it down and make it wet, you can see that we're getting that paint off, and it actually is coming along pretty good. So just a lot of elbow grease, a lot of time, but again, for $1,000 hood, can't really complain for $100. I don't mind putting a little bit of work into it. All right, so you can see over here on this side of the house, brand new driveway. We got the frame for the steel building put down. We're just doing a simple pole building with some galvanized steel sheathing on the side, so I'll have a lot more room in the shop on the other side of the house to work on different projects. As far as the lift goes, I just got an email from them. I really don't know what the deal is. I ordered the lift at the beginning of August, and I got an email on Wednesday, it's now Sunday, and they said, oh yeah, so your order should ship in 2 to 4 weeks. So it's gonna be like beginning of winter, I feel like, before that thing actually gets here. But now let's actually get into this video, you guys. And I wanted to talk to you about full-size trucks. You can see this F-150 I just bought. Obviously it's 20 years old, but I paid $1,200 for this pickup. So let's just check it out real quick. As you can see, it don't look too bad. I'm gonna be real with you guys though. I mean, it's not perfect. This was an old farm truck. If we look down here, doesn't have any rockers, but if we open the door here, you can see the cab is actually in decent shape. Up on top here, we open the suicide door, and these trucks like to rust out right in here, and we got no rust on the cab corner on this spot right here. And what'll happen is they like to rust on top here, and it'll like, the cab will actually fall down on the frame. So that was good. Rockers I can deal with for $1,200. What do you expect? I'm not even gonna fix it. Truck still looks pretty good. You don't see it or anything like that. Moving on back to the box, you can see we got a little rust on the wheel well, but just surface rust. It's not like it's rotten out or anything. Still solid. Coming on back, we got a little bit of rust right here. Back bumper's in pretty good shape. Got this nice liner inside the truck bed. This side of the truck, again, a little bit of rust on the back of the box. We got some surface rust on the cab there, but really not a bad truck for the money. This does have the Triton motor, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Common misconception on this motor. One other thing I really liked, the interior was actually pretty clean. I mean, we got one rip right there on the seat, but as far as the cloth goes, everything's in pretty good shape. Steering wheel's a little worn. Starts right up, runs pretty good. Interior's not in bad shape. Sammy really likes it. I told you I'd be right back. Got you a treat. A beef stick. There you go. Don't say I never did nothing for you. Boop. All right, so I guess the question I had for everyone is, and I think this is a very interesting topic, is I paid $1,200 for this 2000 F-150 with 258,000 miles on it. It's a lot of miles, but the 5.4 with the 2-valve engine does not have the cam phasers or any of that other crap that goes wrong on the 3 valves. That motor was a complete disaster. The only issue these ones really had was the manifolds will break off bolts, but every Chevy Dodge does the exact same thing. You know, your manifold heats up and expands and contracts and expands and the bolts break. This one takes a little while until it gets warmed up, then it's just fine. The rear main seal's leaking a little bit, but other than that, no check engine light, no issues. Some of these 2 valves did have an issue. I think it was fixed in 2002, where the spark plugs would blow out of the car, but not every single one. It wasn't like the 3 valves where you know you're gonna bust off spark plugs when you're changing them. So reliable truck, $1,200, right? And I'm taking a gamble, but I'm also a mechanic, which is a huge advantage because I can tinker on the thing, right? And the average person's gonna be able to tinker on a car like this. These new ones with all the computer controlled systems and everything else that's going on, a little bit harder to do. Now, my question for everyone is this truck, when you compare it to a brand new pickup, let's say the average price of a new pickup, you get one that's not a base model, it's a crew cab, is a $50,000 pickup. Toyota Tundra, you can buy one $52,000 depending on how you spec it out. Is that 50 times the pickup that you're getting with something like this? I'm gonna argue no. I mean, yes, you're gonna get better fuel economy in that new Tundra, not by much. I mean, I can get 15 miles a gallon in this thing, and I can do everything that that truck is gonna do just without some of the creature comforts. And right now, there's a technician deal going on at Toyota where you can actually get a Tundra. It's a lease, but you can get a Tundra if you're a Toyota technician for $275 a month. It's a great deal considering those leases are normally double that, just about. But here's the problem I have. So let's say it's a 3-year lease, you're still gonna owe about 40 grand on that truck. Is that truck 40 times the truck this is? I really don't think so, personally. I can still haul stuff with this, I can still hook up a trailer to it, I can go to the lumber yard, get some wood, all that kind of stuff. And the beauty of it being slightly older is that I don't have to worry about this thing. It's not in bad enough shape where I'm embarrassed to be driving it, but I'm also not afraid to treat this like a pickup, because it already has some of the damage. It's already a little bit old. The interior is just as comfortable as anything else. And yeah, I don't have Apple CarPlay, I don't have Bluetooth, but who cares? My heat works, my air conditioning works, the cruise control works, 4-wheel drive works, everything on this truck works the way that it is supposed to. And I'm gonna go around to the side here. It really doesn't look that bad. So I'm not afraid to be seen in it. So that's where I'm at with my new truck, you guys. I mean, it's presentable, it's not horrible looking. I was never a huge fan of this body style, but a truck's a truck, and $1,200 for a working 4-wheel drive where literally everything works, no check engine light. Yeah, it's got high miles, but I've seen these 2-valve 5.4s go over 300,000 miles. I wanted a first-gen Tundra, but they hold their value really, really well. So an equivalent Tundra, which I do think is a better truck. I would much rather have a first-gen Tundra over one of these F-150s, but I have no problem with these F-150s at all, really. I mean, these ones are pretty good trucks. I've had 2 of the 3 valves, absolute junk, garbage. Would never recommend one, would never buy one ever again. They're just horrible pickups. But these 2 valves, pretty reliable, and you can get a deal like that. I just don't think that 50 grand on a new truck, I just am not convinced that you're getting 50 times the pickup. And again, they're more complex, they have more electronics, they have more computers and all sorts of crap. So 1, they're gonna be harder to fix when things break down the road. And 2, the average person's not gonna be able to. I'm gonna give you an example. So one of my coworkers bought into that Tundra lease deal, and they're beautiful truck. So he got like a slate gray 2020 crew cab Tundra, and he had an old Silverado, like a 2000, something like that. It was in the shape that this thing is in, similar miles, and he just wanted to treat himself, get something nice. More power to him. I thought about it, but 1, I'm cheap, I don't like car payments, and 2, I also still have student loans, so I just didn't want any more debt. I'm not a debt person, I never will be. This thing, one-time payment, I'm gonna drive it till the wheels fall off, use it, it'll serve me very well. And at $1,200, if it makes it a year, I'll have my money out of it, but I can also tinker on it if I need to. Now anyway, so he gets this truck and he asks me if I want to help him drive his other car home. This thing is brand new. We just pulled the plastic off and I'm driving down the road and I'm like, God, don't curb a wheel, don't let anybody door ding me, you know. I don't like that stress. I don't like it at all. My fun car, my Celica, my Mustang someday, if that ever gets finished, that stuff, it's a different story because it's not something I'm driving every day. I'm not parking it in full parking lots. This, I don't care. It's a pickup, looks pretty good, and it's gonna serve its purpose. It's gonna get me from A to B, and it's gonna haul stuff around. So that's just how I feel about this, and that's the question I wanted to ask today, and I wanted to make you think about was, do you really think that pickups are worth what they're asking for them nowadays? Vehicles in general, but especially pickups, half-ton trucks, it's insane. It's absolutely insane what you can spend on a full-size pickup when you go on the used market for a fraction, literally a 50th of the value of a new Tundra. I got a full-size pickup where everything works. So I just wanted to ask you guys that. Do you think that full-size pickups are really worth what they're asking for them nowadays? Is it 50 times the truck? I don't know. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. We're obviously going to put this thing to work here on the channel. I got a Mustang to build. I got steel for our building behind us that I have to buy. I got all sorts of stuff to do. So we're going to put this thing to work, and more importantly, I can clean out the Celica and I can fix that bumper and all that other stuff that is wrong with the vehicle. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please, if you did enjoy the video, drop me a like right down below, you guys, and subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss anything on the Celica, the shop, the lift when it finally shows up. I'm going to be making a phone call really quick because this is getting ridiculous. I ordered that lift at the beginning of August and it just needs to show up. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the bell down below, and we'll see you next time.